This is CG Ruthless Sports. I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome AK Eagles. What's up, man?
Yo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you having me on. Thanks for shouting out to me to come on the channel here. It's been long overdue, man.
For sure, man. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media platform, man.
Yeah, man. I'm AK Eagles Podcast. Also, I am AK. And, I do Eagle content. I'm also the proud owner of Hardcore Sports. I do a lot of content with a lot of people. On Monday nights, we do the Kelly Green Crew, on Jerry Lee's channel. I got the Eats Meets West with Philly Foothills. And, I'm just kind of everywhere all throughout the week, man.
Well, that's good, man. At least you got something going on. Like you keep it Eagle, then you kind of keep it whatever. But looking into the Eagles preseason, how did you feel about this team?
Oh, man, listen, I mean, if you're an Eagle fan, you had all the reason to be psyched, with a level of realism, but you have a reason to be psyched. It's a very good roster. The last 2 years have been really good for us in the draft. Howie Roseman has came out and pretty much, nailed it for us, and we've been satisfied. You got Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean this year. You went out and you traded for A.J. Brown. You brought in Hassan Riddick. There's just a bunch of people that we've brought in on this team, and with getting Smith last year and Miles, hopefully if he stays healthy, we know what he can do. And if Jalen takes that next step forward, dude, there's so much to be excited for. We'll just put it that way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So what was your reaction when you found out that you guys went to get A.J. Brown, man? That had to catch people by surprise.
Yeah, no, I was actually live streaming with Lindy Endzone that night, and it was funny because Lindy said it right when it happened. He's like, only if we trade for A.J. Brown. And then bam, dude, it came out. And he was like, no way. So we were all shocked. I will take it. I understand why we did it. We needed a leader. We needed somebody, a big body receiver. And he's kind of T.O.-ish without being T.O. He does talk, but he has a respect level to it, but he also shows it on the field. He is a leader. He's very well respected in our locker room. So I expect nothing but great things from him, man.
Yeah, it was a surprise move. I was like, damn, I didn't see this coming, because it seems like, how some stuff happens and nobody puts it out there. And I guess Tennessee just wanted to move forward. I guess they didn't have nothing in place for him, and they couldn't work out a contract. So they decided to give you guys the deal. So it's like, man.
Yeah, it only helped us. They got Burke, right?
Traylon Burks, yeah.
Yeah. So, listen, they kind of got an A.J. Brown type player. Now he's back on a rookie deal, and they don't have to pay him like that. I just don't know. No one knows exactly what Burke is going to be yet. Will he give you A.J. Brown production, or will he give you better? That yet is to be seen, but we'll know in the future here. But I think that's why they did it. They were like, well, we can just save face and not pay AJ and go out and get someone who is like him, who can bring the same production, and do it cheaper. So hopefully for Titan fans, I know they're praying it works out.
Yeah, and then what really kind of gets my attention about that tweet was after Deebo Samuel got that contract, I guess AJ Brown put it out there on Tennessee and said, "Is that all it took?" He said, "You could have paid me." I thought that was kind of like low. That was kind of petty of him to go there.
Yeah, listen, man. I understand that we all have to keep these guys at high standards, but in the end, they are human. There is emotion to this, you know. I'm sure AJ has his own worth. I'm sure he if you ask him, he has a number of what him himself is worth. And sometimes whenever that number is undercut, you feel disrespected, especially for stuff you've done, you know, whatever that may be. So I do understand where just being a person and feeling, you know, undervalued somewhere, you know, it's got to suck. So
Yeah, the value of being with an organization, you're hoping that you can stay with that team going forward, but it's just business in all perspective.
yeah.
But when you look at it this way, man, like you know, the Eagles actually kind of made an interesting signing. It really caught my attention when they signed Jaquiski Tart, man. Like I'm just like, okay, we were thinking about maybe we should get him on a cheaper deal, but then the Eagles said, "Nah, we'll take a flyer on this guy."
No, thanks, man. Appreciate it. You know, I thank giant content creators every time for Bradbury too. You know, Bradbury's been playing amazing for us as well. So I don't know what to expect from Tart. I know what he did for you guys. You know, I don't know where he stands with us because I know they are expecting Epps to have a breakout year this year. You know, we brought Harris back again. So I'm not sure. I know he's a depth piece. I know he's third on the depth chart, but is he going to play? How much is he going to play? I don't know, but I do like the signing. It does help ease a little pain there, but it's still a need of ours. If you got to be honest about it, you know, safety and halfback would pretty much be my two spots, and maybe tight end too. That this team might need some work on yet.
Yeah, what you're gonna get out of Jaquiski Tart is he's in the box safety. He's okay in coverage, but when it comes down to like the line of scrimmage tackling and all that stuff, he's built like a linebacker with the safety type of play. But he doesn't give you the wow type of play makes because he doesn't get the interceptions all the time. But he's definitely a guy who can make the tackles when it's necessary.
Well, you know, I know a lot of people get excited about it. You know, like sometimes players get let go of because of money. You know, sometimes players left go of because of they're paid more money and they underplay their value. You know, I don't exactly know why you guys let him go. I mean, but I always keep that in the back of my mind. Somebody's always available for some reason. You know what I mean? And if Tart was a very major asset to your defense, he wouldn't have been let go of. So I know that, you know. So I don't know, man.
Oh, I don't know like the reason why, but it's probably got to do with the fact they really like this kid Hufanga a lot, and they felt like moving forward with Tart was he was a free agent, and I don't know, they were probably willing to wait on his value to drop down a little bit, but I think they were just more comfortable with the young kid like Hufanga. Like you see a lot of these he plays like a savvy veteran out there. He's kind of smart with football intelligence. Him and Jimmy Ward are building a nice chemistry together, even though it's not exactly the same how him and Jaquiski Tart have done ever since high school, but it's kind of like gelling pretty quickly. They really like this Hufanga kid a lot. So it's like, I get that you want to go younger and you want to go a different direction. So I think it was based by business.
Well, I got to ask you then, would you have kept him?
Kept him for like maybe like as a guy to compete for that roster spot. I think I would have been fine with whatever the price you guys were paying him. I probably would have kept him more as a depth piece or even just to compete for the starting role, one or the other. I would have been fine with it.
All right. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better then.
I mean, he's a capable starter. Like, don't get me wrong. He can definitely step in if injuries happen. But if you guys put him as a starter, you can't go wrong with him.
Do you blame him for that interception drop?
Man, that is a really tough question. Now you're getting me on that question. I don't know how you would personally blame him, man. It's just one of those moments. I get that some of our fans get too damn emotional and pissed off about it. I look at this play like, damn, you could have capitalized it, but I move forward with this. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of blame to be blamed for. You can make a case for Jimmy Garoppolo screwing it up. You can make a case for the offensive lineman screwing it up on the block play. You can make a case for some of the plays that Fred Warner got caught up with the flags. I mean, there's a lot of individuals that should get blamed, but it all depends on how Kyle Shanahan does his play calls, and it depends on how the defense plays too. So I pretty much put it as a team collectively. Like Tardish he just had one of those moments, and it's a little tip of those plays. You know, it happens.
Yeah, I think everybody just looks at that play because it was just that one key big moment. Like, because if he did intercept that and he held on to it, that game was over. I mean, for the most part. You know, it was pretty much over. And I think that's why people hold on to that a lot longer. But you are right. It took everyone collectively to suck to lose. It wasn't just that one moment. Even though it wasn't.
I mean, there was a lot of ways that could have went. I mean, Shanahan just doesn't know how to close out games at times. Like, you got to kill the clock more. And maybe that interception with Jaworski Tart, it could have gave us momentum. But I don't look at it more like it's his fault, you know. It's got to take an entire team to step up. So I mostly blame it on Shanahan for not sticking with what's been working. Like, why are you stop running with Debo? Debo was giving you the chunk of yards. Debo was giving you the chance to win, but you stopped using them in the second half, and that's what really got me so mad about it. Is Shanahan is just, I don't know, he's unpredictable. But when you look at the way we played that game, it's just like, man, I can't blame it on Tart, man. I can't blame it on him.
Who's trading for what?
Breaking news, fucking no way is trading for Jimmy. Who? Who's trading for Jimmy? I guess my boy. Shout out to my Mormon brother, David McNew. He's a cool dude.
Who's new on?
I think he's saying nobody's trading for Jimmy. There's no way nobody.
Okay. I thought.
Yeah, nobody's trading. I think he's just doing that of a slang way. This guy's funny as hell. He gets a little mix up.
Okay. I was like, wait, I saw the trading for Jimmy G. I was like, wait, but who?
No, but I think what he meant to say is breaking news fucking no way is trading for Jimmy G. Yeah. I think he put it in different slangs, but okay, when I look into the Eagles, bro, you guys added some pretty good stack talent. Like Jordan Davis, I thought he was one of the most intriguing prospects. Like, he ran the fastest 40 for a 340-pound dude.
Yeah, man. You know, I was sitting there and I was watching his pro day, and they had Cameron Jordan there, and they were talking to him. He actually had a better and faster pro day than Cameron Jordan. And he had a better pro day than Julius Peppers. The only difference is Peppers beat him by, like, I think Peppers had a 4.7 flat and Jordan Davis had a 4.72. So he only got just like that close. He beat him that much faster. You know, it was maybe like half a step. And Jordan Davis had a great NFL combine, man. And he is one of those freak athletes. You know, big boy and can move incredibly fast. I don't know how he does it, man. That is a lot to move that quick, you know. But I love it. I love that he's on my team. I've prayed for this kid week 6 of last year. You know, I've talked about him all last year up to the off season, and we got him. So I'm ecstatic to have him. I think he's going to fill in Fletcher Cox's shoes very nicely. I also believe deep down inside he might end up being better than Cox in the long run, you know, statistically. So, you know, and then you add Nakobe Dean, that familiar linebacker behind him. You know, you kind of saw it this preseason game there's a really good chemistry between them both. So yeah, man, I think our defense with all the young talent we're acquiring and have acquired, we're gonna have a pretty good defense for the next few years.
Yeah, and the Kobe Dean was like a draft steal. I think he had first round grade, and you guys got him in the third round, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, top 15 grade, and we got him in the third.
So you get two Georgia players, and they came from a championship type defense. So you guys are definitely building a culture out there. Your cornerbacks are solid. Like you got Darius Slay, who still plays at the highest level. I mean, you got James Bradbury, who to me could be the steal pickup of the offseason because the Giants are the Giants, you know?
Yeah. No, man, listen, we the way I look at it right now is we got a 1A and a 1B at wide receiver, and we got a 1A and a 1B at corner. You know, and all off season, all you've seen is these two battle on each side, and it's only making them better. So, you know, I really like what we got going on. You know, I've said it, man. If they went out and they got like a Jesse Bates or a Chuck Clark, I'd be able to sit here and say, well, that's a Super Bowl contending defense then. But I believe still our safety is just our weak point. You know, it's not a major one. Like don't get me wrong. It's not a major one. It's just not as solid as what it's been in the past. We don't have a Malcolm Jenkins or a Dawkins. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's a little different.
Brian Dawkins was a tone setter out there. Like when you seen this guy play, if you thought Ray Lewis was a tone setter, Dawkins was just a different level.
Yep. And then Malcolm Jenkins was the same way. You know, he was a vocal leader. He played three positions. He could play in the box, linebacker. He could play safety. He could play corner. Sometimes we used him as all three, you know, each week. So, you know, that's something you can't replace, man. And that's something we ain't got. So, you know.
Then you look at the way how the Niners are too, but when you look at our squad, I mean, I feel like if we just get that interior line improved, which I've seen some significant improves against the Packers, like I like the kid that I just interviewed like months ago, and he's turning out to be one of the starters at the right guard position now. Like he's already making a strong case to be the starter now, and like months ago, the Niners community didn't even know who the hell he was. So I had to do a lot of my due diligence to dig deeper because I've seen a lot of like these tapes of people hyping on Cole Strange, who eventually became the Patriots' first round pick. And I checked out a couple of these guys, and then I'm trying to look at somebody who wasn't quite talked about much, but had a really good senior ball. So I did my due diligence looking deeper into Spencer Burford, and I saw it from one of those guys, and I'm like, I think he's got potential to be a starter, maybe down the road. But I said, don't be surprised if he becomes a starter. And some people were giving me hard time comments and say Shanahan doesn't start rookies, you know, and I said he can make an exception because it takes talent. You got to have sometimes talent makes exceptions.
You know, man, listen, I really like what you guys got going on over there. I do not have any issues with 49ers. You know, I actually low-key respect the 49ers. I've always liked watching you guys play football. It's a different style, you know, and I just love how Shanahan runs his offense, honestly. But, you know, you guys got a great squad, man. I'm not going to lie. You know, you got Fred Warner, who is possibly the best middle linebacker in all of NFL. Jimmy Ward, like you said, safety. And, you know, you got some really nice young corners coming up. You got Ayuk, you got Debo, you know, now halfback wise, you got plenty of halfbacks. You always have halfbacks. I don't even know how you do it, but you know, so and then you got Kittle. Everybody knows what he is, everybody knows what he can do. So, you know, Trey Lance, he looked good. I'm not gonna lie. I questioned him because, you know, he only played 1 year in college. And that's a fair thing to question because you don't really know what someone's going to be after 1 year. You know, hell, trying to figure out what Trey Lance or Trevor Lawrence is, and he played all four. You know, so it's really hard to sit there and say what somebody's going to be. Yes, athletic-wise, the kid's a freak. You know, Trey Lance is all you want. You know, he's Carson Wentz 2.0, pretty much. You know, he's bigger, more athletic, and faster. You know, Carson Wentz wishes he could be him. But the thing is, he showed me that, you know, that was a nice pass on that touchdown throw he made. That was very nice, dude. I've always known he's got an arm. Kid's mobile. You might have something there, man. You know, I got to see more, but you know, I definitely got to think you got something.
Oh, so for an outside looking in, you just want to see more of Trey before you get to that critical part, which I respect, man. Like just for speaking for an outside looking in from Jalen Hurts, man, you give this kid good talent around, and you guys have a solid squad. But Jalen Hurts, man, if he keeps developing the right way, you guys might have something with maybe a Donovan McNabb 2.0. I know that seems a little too overhype on that guy, but I feel like you guys might have another McNabb with the mentality, with the mobility. I always liked Jalen Hurts when he was like transferring from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, Bird Gang.
What's up? How you doing, man? I don't know, man. I'm not a very big McNabb guy, to be honest. I'm really not. I've always I respect the man for what he's done, but you know, you kind of heard it from D-Jax. He was a prick. He really was. It was all about him. It was an ego. You know, there's a lot that could have happened that didn't happen because of him. You know, he was great in the regular season and he could get you into the playoffs, but he always choked, man. And that was something Donovan will always be remembered for, is choking when it mattered most. And that's what he did. So I kind of, you know, hold him to that one, to never getting it done, because he broke a lot of hearts many years. So, but no, Jalen can be better, I believe. You know, he has the mental fortitude to lead this team. You know, he's mentally tough. He does not let anything get to him. He's even keeled, and players want to play with him. And when you play with him, you see they also fight for him. I have nothing but the utmost respect for the kid, and I think he's going to go wherever he takes himself. And that's the thing. It's only where Jalen wants to go is how far he'll get. He's not going to be 100% complete this year. He's still going to have things he needs to grow on. You know, he's not. It's going to at least take him another 2 years before you see the full product of what he is. But as long as he gets better each and every year, he's my quarterback, man. No lie.
For sure. Otherwise, here's a good question by Crazy Juice. Which rookie been looking great for the Eagles?
Well, listen. I know Jordan Davis is out there and he's downplaying it, man. But Jordan Davis is everything and more than what you're hearing. He downplays it a lot. The kid, when he says he's selfless, he truly is. You know, it's not about him, but yeah, man, Jordan Davis is much, much more than what everyone makes him out to be. This kid is going to be phenomenal, man. He's a force to be reckoned with for sure.
I mean, he's like a 6'6", 340-pound guy, runs a 4.72 speed. I mean, this guy's a specimen like nobody, man. Like, damn, this guy's kind of unreal, bro. Like, how do you get these kind of guys like that?
That's we had to trade up for him. You know, it took a lot of Howie vision and wheeling and dealing to do it, but yeah, and Randy's right too. You know, you can't leave out Jurgens. Jurgens has been doing an awesome job instead for Kels, you know, and that's hard shoes to fill, man, because Kels is by far our all-time greatest center ever, you know, and that's some big shoes to fill, and he's filled it in nicely. And then Nakobe Dean's been doing a very good job too. You know, he seems to be out there during preseason and controlling that second string unit. You know, he's in control of it, and he seems like he's doing a pretty good job at it. So, you know, they're all standing up, you know, and I expect a lot from Nakobe and I expect a lot from Jordan, because they were on a championship team. They know what it's like to win a championship in college, you know. So bring that over here, show the maturity, show the growth, and you know, lead by example. And I think they're all doing a great job at doing that.
Yeah, that's what you need right there. Those kind of guys. Here's an interesting question. What do you think is the biggest flaw with the Eagles?
Well, there's multiple, man. Like I said, I think maybe you could use a slight increase and upgrade at safety, tight end 2, and halfback 2. That's what I would say is the flaws to our team. You know, we're definitely missing that LeGarrette Blount type presence. You know, we definitely need that. I know a lot of people say Jordan Howard, stuff like that, but yeah, like Kareem Hunt. If you somehow went and got Kareem Hunt and you teamed him with Miles Sanders, that's an excellent halfback duo right there. You know, that gives you your power and that gives you your elusiveness. So, you know, tight end 2, you know, you're missing your Dallas Goedert now because you lost Zach Ertz last year and you had Zach Ertz and Goddard. Well, it's kind of hard to replace Zach Ertz and it's kind of hard to replace Dallas.
Oh, guess something happened with the reception. He'll be back. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think everybody needs compliments. Like, I think for certain teams, like he just said, like strong safeties and free safeties are your heels. Okay, I get that part, but I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, I guess guess something happened with the reception, but he'll be back shortly, guys. Don't sweat it. What's good, Mitch? What's up, man? What's up, Carson Wentz? No, I'm just playing. Yeah. Let's see, man. What's up, David? Everybody's saying what's up to everybody. So let's see if he's back. Man. I don't know what happened. Must have some reception issues or something going on, but if you guys got any more questions before he comes back, we can definitely answer some more questions. He'll be back. You guys can leave me some questions, even if it concerns the Eagles or the Niners, whatever you guys want to ask, I'll answer them before he comes or whatever works. So, okay, this is a good one. So what would you say is your team's hill? At first, you know, I'm questioning the interior offensive line. Like, if we can fix that spot, I'm still not convinced with the center position. I feel like the center could be one of the weakest links. Let's see. Secondary-wise, some people may say strong safety could be one of our weakest Achilles heels, but I like what we've seen out of Hufanga. Let's see. I just think that we don't – I don't know. As much as our flaws are, I feel like our flaws are just mostly just stopping mobile quarterbacks. We can't stop mobile quarterbacks to save our life, and that's been the concern since this defense. Our defense can't slow down mobile quarterbacks for whatever reason, and I don't know if we got the pieces to do that, but I feel like we don't have too much flaws on defense like everybody else. Like, I feel like if we can neutralize mobile quarterbacks, I feel like we have a good talent. Like, I think our pass rushers are pretty solid. I think our linebacking core is like really damn good with depth chart wise. Quarterback is a lot better than last year. It's a lot better. It's just center to me and the interior position. It's concerning for me. Like, how are we going to protect Trey Lance if you're not going to have a good center or somebody to protect upright? Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Okay, so you're depth at center. Oh, okay. What rookie are you excited to see? What rookie am I excited to see is Spencer Burford. I really think he's going to be a starter, and he's going to do a good job at the guard position. But if I had to pick the most exciting position that I'm looking forward to, Drake Jackson. The guy's got the ability to rush the passer, especially in the rotation. This guy's going to be special. He can bend like nobody else. It's kind of like Gumby. You know, he can bend like Gumby a little bit. Samuel Womack is kind of like making a case to start at the nickel spot. I like him. He's really good. Man, I don't know. I'm not that excited about the running back that we just drafted. I'm not that high on this kid, but he's a good depth piece. I'll give him that. Danny Gray's got some speed. He's got some electrifying playmaker ability. This guy can make the big plays and put the top on the defense. I mean, if you saw the play with Trey Lance throwing the ball to Danny Gray, that was something special. But if I'm being realistic on who's going to start, yeah, it is. I mean, if you look at the Drake Jackson breakdown film from Brian Boldiger, bro, you see his I guess his knees or his ankle bending like Gumby, bro. Like damn, never knew it could have. Oh, Harry, guys, he's back. He is back. Hey, what happened, man? He'll be back, guys. I guess something to do with the reception. Are you sold on Trey or do you want Jimmy at QB? I'm more convinced with Trey. I think Trey can definitely be a significant upgrade over Jimmy. He can give you more plays. He can give you more extending the pocket. He can run through the pocket. He can scramble. He can do stuff. He's got the athletic ability, something that you can't coach with Jimmy because Jimmy doesn't have the athletic traits. Trey's more of a student of the game. He's a quick learner. He studies. He works hard, and he gets to be where he's at. What's going on with him? Guess he can't get. I guess it's something to do with the reception. Yeah, I hate when receptions happen too, man. I get that happen every now and then when I'm at my job. I'm sure he'll be back shortly. Yeah. What's Trey's biggest traits, and what is his biggest flaws? Oh, his biggest traits is the way he throws, the way he extends the plays, and he's got great athletic ability. He's got a quick fastball throw, but his biggest flaws, in my opinion, is those short intermediate passes can be a little off. The accuracy, it just needs to improve. As far as like the way he plays the game, he plays more like he's a savvy veteran out there. But I feel like the more he improves that area, I think he's going to be really like scary and deadly in this offense. Like he gives you the wow factor when he throws in the deep ball. He gives you more of those nice play action plays. He can run pretty well. I mean, if he works on his short passes better, like his short intermediate passes, then he'd do great. He can master that, but he still needs work on there. What happened, man?
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know. I must have said something. StreamYard kicked me off.
StreamYard, damn you, StreamYard, you kicked out this guy.
Yeah, no, man. I've been having issues the last couple of days. I don't know. It just says that I keep losing connection to StreamYard, which makes no sense. But so anyway, where were we? Apologize.
You were discussing about I think you were discussing about your tight ends and your other positions.
Oh yeah. No, I was just saying, man. Like there's just some positions that I would like to address before the regular season, but I'm okay with what we have. We got some young talent that needs to step up. So at those positions, why not? Let's see what they got.
Yeah, we'll see what they got. So, who do you guys get in this preseason game?
Oh, dang, that's a very good question. I was not ready for that answer. I don't even know. Who do we have? I don't know.
I don't know either, man. That's why I asked you. But hey, I guess sometimes we lose track of everything. But I know we got the Vikings coming up, so we got a joint practice with them. So,
oh, that'll be good, man. Yeah, no. I don't know. I think the Vikings are going to have a down year this year. Kellen Mond for the Vikings didn't look too bad this past weekend. So maybe he's coming for Kirk Cousins' job, and maybe they'll have a QB controversy, and then, things will go downhill. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
Here's your answer. Here's your answer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Browns. That's right. We play the Browns. Ha. Yeah. That should be interesting. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Man,
I don't expect much from the Browns the first 8 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever it is.
it depends on what's going on with the Deshaun Watson situation because he can possibly face a year suspension, which is ridiculous. Like, how many times is this guy going to get punished? Wasn't he kind of like out of the league for a little while, like for a year, and then now he comes back and now they're going to punish him once again? Like, damn.
Yeah, no, I understand. Last year, though, that was his decision from what we know. Now, granted, that could have been something on the inside between him and the Texans, but listen, I said it before. If I was Calvin Ridley, I'd be pissed if it's only 6 games. Because, I mean, Calvin Ridley doing what he did and getting a year and then doing what Deshaun did and only getting 6 games, that's
a slap in the face.
Yeah. That is a very big slap in the face to Calvin Ridley, and that they're not even comparable. So, I mean, you almost have to make it a year because Calvin's was way less worse than what Watson's was. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man, but I'm so happy it's almost over because I'm really tired of talking about it.
Yeah, I know everybody gets tired of that. Yeah, the Texans spent him last year, and now maybe another year is like, dude, he didn't look that good in the preseason. I don't know what happened. He's rusty, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's the Texans though. I mean the Texans can do whatever they want to do with their team. You know, that had nothing to do with the NFL. The NFL has sat back for 2 years and waited for this to unravel. You know, the Texans didn't have to suspend him, but they did. But
just to make a clear message.
He also said though too he wasn't playing for them, so they had no choice really. They had to do what they had to do. But
yeah, if he doesn't want to play for your team, you might as well suspend him and just tell him, hey, you don't want to play. Oh wow.
Yeah, but no, ultimately it'll get forgotten about. It'll move. We will move on. He will continue to play. Now, listen, he's what this is all about really is he doesn't want to get suspended for a year because then he gets his $46 million signing bonus, but he only makes $1 million next year.
Damn. So he's trying to get the guarantee money.
Because his contract wouldn't actually start till next year. That the Browns could actually roll his contract over to next year because he technically didn't start this year. So they could be like, all right, well, next year we're going to start paying him, which means he only gets $1 million. And I'm like, I even made the tweet because one of the tweets came out the other day. They were like, yeah, he wants his money. He doesn't want to wait until next year and get his $1 million. And I was like, oh, what's wrong, man? You can't make $45 million last while we're all sitting out here hurting and, you know, struggling in the world that we're in today with gas prices and groceries. You can't make $45 million last. Shut the fuck up.
Like, yeah, seriously, $45 million. Bro.
You have no problems at $45 million. It's not my fault you went out and bought a 20-room fucking mansion and you only use one room and the other 19 you never even go in. No one told you to fucking do that shit. No one told you to go out and buy a fucking Ferrari that has 200 or like a what is I don't even know what the insurance tag would be on that. But that's your fucking doing, man.
Yep.
Whatever happened to you want to be on your own? Buy a ranch house out in the middle in the fucking country and put a fence around it. You know,
and nobody bothers you.
20 acres and put a fence across your fucking driveway. No one will bother you. You know, whoever said you need to go out and buy Beverly Hills type shit. Like no one said that.
Yeah, I mean you're spot on that one, man. Like he made that decision on himself, so it's like, you know, it's like, you know, so if he's gonna, you know, I don't want to sound like a harsh guy, but I am kind of hoping that it's a 1-year suspension, so then we can trade Jimmy Garoppolo and get something, man. We want to get rid of Jimmy. The Browns have the cap space if he gets suspended.
You don't think he's gonna get? You don't think Jimmy's going this year?
Now he's going to the. If it goes as planned, like for Deshaun Watson, if he goes for a 1-year suspension, what?
Oh, I was saying that's pretty good. I was laughing at that comment.
Yeah, it is. But No, but like if it goes as planned, like if Watson gets suspended for a year, then it does open the door. And plus, the Browns don't have to pay Watson's contract until next year, like you said, so that can roll over. So they'd be able to get a 1 year rental out of a bargain deal because compared to Jimmy to Deshaun's a lot more. Jimmy's like a broken down BMW, but you're paying a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I don't know why you guys haven't got rid of him already. I mean, hell, you could have sent his ass to Seattle and he'd sure be the clear starter in Seattle. Hell, you could send him to the Giants for Christ's sake, and I damn sure know he'd start there. So
Or Texas.
Well, Davis Mills, though, man, he did not do bad last year. I'm actually intrigued. He might actually have a pretty good year this year.
It's because we're holding on to our pride. We want to get something in return. We don't want to just cut him and then not get nothing in return.
I mean, hell, you could send Jimmy G to Detroit.
But they got Jared Goff. That'd be kind of interesting. The battle of two losing Super Bowl quarterbacks. Like two choke artists.
I still think Jimmy G would win that one out. I don't know if Goff has enough in him, but who knows?
The chemistry's there. Like he's actually kind of had a 1 year advantage over there, so they can't get any worse.
Yeah, no, you know what? In all fairness, man, with what little limited talent he had there last year, he didn't do half bad. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like if we gave Jimmy away to Seattle, that wouldn't be good for us because that would be vengeance for him. But hopefully it's exactly what David said. Like if David said that we get our interceptions or turnovers, I mean, sure, maybe Seattle's line's garbage, but doesn't Jimmy throw the ball a little quicker than most quarterbacks? I mean,
yeah, I mean he would have DK, he would have Lockett. You know, so I mean it's not like he wouldn't have weapons. But that's what I'm saying, though. I don't know what Seattle's waiting on, bro. Like, you're really honestly going into week 1 with Geno fucking Smith. Really. That's your option.
Or Drew Lock?
Oh, dude, they said Geno's been out playing Drew Lock, which that doesn't say much at all for Drew Lock. I feel so bad for the kid. But that's truly what you're going to do. You're going to go into week 1 with Geno Smith when you could go and get Jimmy G. Or you could go and get I mean, hell, we'll give you Minshew if that's what you want. You know, like there's other people out there than Geno Smith, you know.
Dude, I'm sure Seattle fans will be dying for Minshew, dude. They like them in the state of Washington.
Yeah. No, so we'll see, man. It'll be interesting.
I mean, Jimmy to Seattle would be kind of strange, but I get it, it's business. But I don't know if this would be an advantage for us. It's like he would have some knowledge towards the team, and that's not something we want to deal with. But Seattle would make the move, but if it's good return. But what about the Giants? I don't know. People are kind of like overhyping the fact that they're not sold with Daniel Jones. Like they're giving him one last chance to prove it. So it's like you got Tyrod Taylor. I think in Brian Dable's offense, you got to be a little more mobile. And I don't think Jimmy fits exactly what they're looking for in that offense.
Nah, man, I've been saying that all offseason. If Tyrod shows you anything at all that shows that he's capable of running that offense, Tyrod Taylor should be the quarterback for the New York Giants, not DJ. I mean, I'm sorry, but I understand they sit there and say they've given him no opportunities, but Tyrod's mobility is what would save them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see it making any sense for them to go to the Giants. I mean, the offensive wise, you gotta because Brian Dable has Josh Allen. He's worked with a lot of these other quarterbacks, and you gotta move more. But Jimmy would be a system fit, but it wouldn't surprise me if he goes to Cleveland. It seems like it's leaning towards Cleveland now because now we're just waiting for the Deshaun Watson suspension to come into play where it's like a full year suspension. And there's been like a lot of reports that potentially that the Browns are definitely interested in Garoppolo, but we might need to cut down some cap space for it to work.
Well, I got a question for you. Are the Jets an option?
Ooh, the Jets. Well, unfortunately,
only out 3 or 4 weeks, so that wouldn't really make any sense anyway.
It wouldn't.
Yeah, there's really not many places you can send him, man. It's limited.
The injury shoulder just screwed up the market for him. So it's like as soon as he got surgery, that was a wrap. Like, dude, you're done. Like,
Nuh-uh.
I,
Are you serious?
what? What? They traded it? What? They made a trade?
He beat
So,
Hugo Madi just now.
ooh, so,
Really? We
man,
don't have J-Jaw, dude. I'm throwing a party on my channel tonight.
you're pumped up then. You probably didn't like that player.
Just getting rid of J-Jaw and Rager, dude, I give Howie Roseman an A++ for the rest of the offseason. You know what I mean? Like, he's done so great so far. It's like you get an A+, but you get rid of JJ and you get rid of Rager in trades and you get something for him, you get a plus on the end of that too. Like,
So what if so what happens if the Niners eventually, like, what if the Niners take a flyer out of Rager and he becomes like a good receiver at that point? Like, what happens with your guys' reaction? Like, hey, good riddance, or like you would just say, Shannon can make somebody good.
wouldn't fucking surprise me. Everyone we've ever let go of has went on to be something. All right, for instance, one, Mac Hollins. We let go of Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins went to Miami, and now he's in Las Vegas with the Raiders, you know. And then you go and you look at Nelson Aguilar. He left us, went to Las Vegas, had a great year with Derek Carr, and then he goes to the Patriots and not so good. But the point is, he got better after he left us. There's plenty of receivers, man. So it's something that we did early on. I don't understand, but hopefully we're past it now. Like I said, we got AJ, we got Smith, so.
But in the previous time, was it hard for you guys to develop receivers? Because before then, you guys always had these receivers that had those high expectations, but not much to produce. But then you got Smith that's actually doing pretty well.
I've always questioned it, especially the last 2 years at least, is if it's Aaron Moorhead, our wide receiver coach, because you really haven't seen the increase in production in Rager from year 1 to 2. But you saw it in Quez, and people said that. They were like, yeah, but you see it in Quez. Yeah, but that's because Quez did it himself. He went out on the offseason, he worked out with Calvin Ridley down in Atlanta, and he worked his ass off. That's why that's why Watkins got better, because he worked at it all offseason. Yeah, I don't give Quez's success to Aaron Moorhead. I give that to Quez because he earned it, But you look at Rager, though, you don't really see much of an improvement from year 1 to year 2. The only guys that have improved are because they went out and did it themselves. So I do think it is a lack of development, but I don't know where at that is. I'm not sure if that's just because, Nick Sirianni's kind of a wide receiver coach. That's what he does, wide receivers. But then you have Moorhead too. So it's like, well, who's that fall on? Does that fall on Nick? Does that fall on Aaron? Does that just fall on the player in its own because he just doesn't care? He's not trying. The effort's not there. He's made it, so he's happy. Like, what are we talking here? So I don't know, man. Maybe we just drafted from the wrong pool. Maybe we need to start drafting, like we have been now from Alabama and Georgia, people who are used to winning. So I don't know, dude.
It's just you got to get the right type of players, and sometimes getting those Alabama type receivers they're pretty good. So it depends on how you develop them. Georgia, you get a good type of defense. Alabama, you got some good round stout defense. Secondaries are solid. There's a lot to look forward to, especially with the linebackers that you got from Georgia. Like they're pretty stacked. They got that dog mentality.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean, man, he's probably going to be the centerpiece of our defense moving forward here in the next coming years. At least that's what we drafted him to be. And then Kaiser White, man, listen, he's an under the radar free agent signing. I didn't know much about him when we got him, but once we got him, I fell in love with him, dude. And then the very first play of the preseason, he goes out and gets an interception. I'm like, hallelujah. Because I even said it, dude. I was like, Kaiser White's going to be our best linebacker this year if all goes right and there's no injury, and he plays all 17 games. Kaiser White's going to be the best, and I really truly feel that way. We got some really good ones: T.J. Edwards, Sean Taylor, or Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley. We got some very nice young talent at linebacker now. So.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, you guys are developing the right way. So you guys got a lot of those guys. So when I look into those breakout players, man, like you just said, like you think that Kaiser White's going to be a breakout player. I think because he was a hybrid safety in college, if I'm mistaken.
Yes.
They usually got Dak for the ball.
Yeah, no, he does. He read that Zach Wilson pass perfectly, man. He saw that before Zach even seen it, which was cool. But no, my breakout player for my team is Marcus Epps. I think Marcus Epps is going to have probably the best. He'll probably be our best defensive player this year. Seriously, Marcus Epps. I'm calling it now. He'll be our breakout player.
Oh, okay. I guess I've got to. I guess if that name pops up often, I'm going to say, hey, AK is the one that said it in the beginning for me. So maybe it'll catch my attention on who this guy is. So if I had to pick a sleeper breakout player for the Niners, this may come as a surprise, but I don't know. People kept saying I'm too high on this guy, but I think Juwan Jennings is going to be a damn good receiver this year. Like, I think you're going to see a lot of Debo and Ayuk get some coverage, but you're going to look at Jennings in the red zone. Jennings going to be a factor. Jennings going to be third down clutch. I mean, you're looking maybe between 600 to 700 yards receiving. He's not going to get the big chunks. Like, he might get like maybe 50 catches during the season, but he's going to definitely be a good third down target or red zone threat guy. He's definitely going to get a lot of his targets with the trustworthy with the quarterback.
Yeah, no, I really don't know. For your team, listen, I'm going to go with the obvious one. I'm going to go with Trey Lance. I truly think this kid's going to do something, man. He might get you to the playoffs. I'm not going to say he's going to win it all, but he'll probably get you to the playoffs, especially if he plays at a high level. And, the only positive factor he has going for him is he got to sit last year.
And that helps a lot.
Yeah, it does, and you can learn a lot. I mean, you saw what it did for Pat Mahomes for sitting 1 year, so, and listen, he didn't have a bad person to learn behind from. Yes, Jimmy G isn't the greatest quarterback in the world, but from a mental standpoint, he's not a bad guy to learn from. He knows the X's and O's. He knows what to do. He learned from Tom, so I think Trey will shock some people, even me, maybe.
Yeah, I got a sleeper for the Eagles since you're going out there, man. Like, I'm hearing a lot of good things about this kid, but man, I think Nakobe Dean's gonna break out for y'all.
Yeah,
he's gonna be like that. I think defensive rookie of the year. I think I'm not saying it could be, but I can predict maybe this guy could be defensive rookie of the year. Lead the lead in tackles or almost in between. Like, I've seen some rookie linebackers actually had some good breakout years, but you said he's done pretty well, right? Like, really good in between the tackles.
Yeah, man, he has. And in all honesty, man, you saying that definitely woke me up a little bit, because that would be awesome. It's been a while since we've had one of those. A while.
Since DeMeco Ryans, I guess a guy like a DeMeco Ryans, like Nakobe D gives you that DeMeco Ryans, but I'm not sure if he'll be defensive rookie of the year, but he'll be up there. He'll be in the race. Like, he'll definitely lead the team in tackles.
I would love it if he was, man. That'd be so cool. That'd give us something to rub in Dallas's face at least.
And we all got the comment. We can agree with the comment thing. We can't stand Dallas, bro. The fact that when you guys won your guys' first Super Bowl, it made me feel great that the fact that Cowboy fans can't talk shit about you guys having no rings.
Oh, no. They still do, because now it's like, oh, you still got 3 more to catch us.
Well, no, actually 4 more.
Or 4 more, I mean, to catch you. So, that's that's their thing they hold on now. It's like, yeah, well, we got more than you. It's like, yeah, there's your next excuse. Keep going. So,
I mean, before that, they would just call you guys the ringless for
yeah.
a while. But now you guys got one, so they had to shut up about it. But at the same time, dude, I do low-key respect y'all because you guys do have a good type of team. I mean, y'all got a really passionate fan base. Like, I can't hate on that, man. Like, you guys have some crazy, ruthless fan base that's crazy, bro. Like, I guess if you want to put a comparison between the Raiders and the Eagles, I think Eagle fans are like way up there, hands down.
Now, see, we would say differently.
But Raiders are pretty ruthless too. But when you look at the difference, like you got the East Coast version of the Raider fan base like that, but then you got the West Coast version of the Eagles. So it's like, dude,
listen, we love living up to the reputation. Don't get me wrong. We love it. We
throwing batteries at Santa Claus.
Well, no, not that one. Not that one. No. And I don't even think. Wait, what year was that?
Like I think it was during the 70s or 60s back then, but that was the worst.
Yeah, I can't even take credit for that. I wasn't even a thought in my dad's mind at the time. So that's not even on me, man. My hands are clean. us new gen Eagle fans, we're clean. We haven't done nothing wrong. We might talk shit and sit there and bash our players sometimes when they do shit that's stupid. But in all honesty, we all do that. We're just held to a higher standard because we do this. But it's just the heart for the game. When you're caught up in the moment and you love your team as much as we do, and we are diehard fans of our teams, we get caught saying some things sometimes, but that's because we love them that much. We want them to be better than what they are. You don't wake up and whenever the season starts, you as a 49er fan, you're like, oh, we're not going to the Super Bowl this year. No, everybody's goal should be that. Now, granted, some teams out there know, like Chicago, for instance, they got no chance in hell, but for the most part, all of us out there, that's your goal each and every year, to get to the playoffs and make the Super Bowl. That's your goal. So, but there's us who do it, and then there's ones who don't do it. So,
yeah, I feel like with this roster that we got, it's pretty much built to get to the Super Bowl. Like, you got a coach who's a brilliant play caller. You get a good defensive-minded coach who was a defensive player in the NFL. He's already gotten better as a play caller, as a defensive coordinator. I mean, the roster's pretty stacked.
You're welcome. He was one of ours. He played for us.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. D'Amico Ryans. Like, I'm saying that Nakobe Dean could be like your D'Amico of your defense. So when you look at it this way, man, it's tough to choose between the NFC East because it changes every year. So it's like, I don't want to sound like harsh, I'm just kind of looking to the 8 ball, and I'm just saying, if history repeats itself, man, didn't the Washington change it from Washington football team and then they went to the Commanders? It's like, I don't know, like they changed names, they win division. I don't know. It's like, it's giving me that gut feeling, but that's if Carson Wentz can stay healthy. That's my only issue. Like, if he can stay healthy, watch out for Washington. But I think Philadelphia is built to win this division this year. So we shall see.
I sit there and I understand why people say that. Washington could be a sneaky team. I understand because they do have a talented roster, even though they don't play and the record doesn't show it. They do have a talented roster. But, dude, there's so much wrong with that team. And I'm not even talking about just their team in general. I'm talking about their front office, their insides. Like, dude, they're a dysfunctional franchise. And when you're a dysfunctional franchise, you have a dysfunctional team. And it sucks, man, because I respect the hell out of Ron Rivera. And just to see him sit there and have to go through this bullshit in Washington, I feel for him. Because he deserves way better than what he's got.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think the way you guys are building your culture, you guys are trying to build a winning now culture because you guys went to the playoffs. You guys changed head coaches, which was kind of like, it was a surprise, like when you guys let go of Patterson. But I thought, man, you guys go from him to a Nick Sirianni. So it's like, damn,
You know, I questioned the move when I found out that we got rid of Doug. I was like, man, that this guy just won you your first ever Super Bowl. You're an idiot, you know. But as I started looking at the situation and started contemplating what we were doing and how we were moving forward, you started to realize the Eagles haven't really ever had bad luck getting new head coaches. We've always found really, really, really good head coaches and people who weren't proven. I mean, Andy Reid, he wasn't proven. No one really knew who Andy Reid was. And now he's one of the greatest coaches to ever live, you know? And we took a shot on Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly actually didn't do bad. You know, he had 2 winning seasons out of 3, and he made the playoffs. It's just the stupid shit he did inside that we don't like, But as a coach, he didn't do bad. His system just wasn't made for the NFL. We all know that, and then he went to you guys and kind of did the same thing, and that was your little down spill you had there for a little bit. So, and then you turn around and you go and get Doug. In year 2, you win the Super Bowl, and he has winning record. And now you go and you get Nick. First year, 9-8, winning record, and in the playoffs. So, we've always had luck with that. So I don't really get stressed about it. What I hate is that we go through head coaches like underwear. I'm ready to have another Andy Reid, man, where we can sit there for like 10 years and just have the same guy. I'm tired of changing head coaches all the time now. I want stability,
Yeah, you want stability, you want consistency, you want a coach that can definitely give you a winning program for those decades and then build on a promising team. Like, at least with my team, we don't have to go through this issue because we really like what we've seen from Shanahan. Like, as soon as we get to the playoffs, we're going further than most other teams. So it's like, I feel like a lot of our fan base gets a little bit too ungrateful with Shanahan, but I feel like sometimes you can criticize him, but then you look at it like, what we were before him? We were absolute shit. It's like,
I gotta ask and I was just about to ask this. I've never actually got to talk to a 49er fan before about this. So were you were okay with the decision to move on from Harbaugh then? Yeah, like
man, you caught me on the spot on this one.
I thought Harbaugh wasn't a bad coach for you guys. I was actually quite shocked when you guys let him go because I was like, oh, okay. Kind of how I was with Doug. I was like, well, what? But
oh, okay. Since you're asking me that question, man, I was more pissed off about that because, dude, the guy was bringing a winning culture. It was like attitude. The players loved playing for that guy. Dude, the energy was insane, bro. Like, you don't get a coach like that. Like, he was like arrogant, cocky coach, bro. I was just loving the attitude. Like you go from an old school coach like Singletary, like, I want winners. Like, how is anybody going to take this guy serious? And then you go with a guy like Harbaugh, who's been a player before, but kind of been there and done it. And he gives you the excitement. He gives you the energy. He makes you want to break a brick wall with him or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, as soon as I found out that we moved on from this guy, I was like so mad at Jed York. Like I said, Jed York, you got to be a dumbass to just fire a damn good coach, and you're going to stick with a general manager who has no clue about draft evaluation and can't even scout to save his life. But we had to pick the stupid GM that looks like freaking John Laurinaitis out there. Yeah, we can scout talents. Oh, you give it a year. He had first round talents. He checks the box.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I wasn't the only one then that felt that way. Like I really don't think he, at least in my opinion, he never did anything that wrong deserve to be let go. I mean, hell, his brother's still the head coach of Baltimore, and he's still reigning there. So they're both good head coaches, I believe. I was just truly mind blown you let him go when you did, but it paid off. You got another good head coach now, so.
I think the difference between Harbaugh is you had the energy, you had the excitement. Kyle's more like he's more like a chill, mellow dude. Like he just like, man, you guys do what you want. Y'all do what you want. But Harbaugh's more like, let's go, guys, let's go. There's a difference.
Yeah. So, how you feeling about your team though, going into the year with Lance as your QB1? You still feel like a playoff contender?
I think we have the ability to make the playoffs. I think this might sound like too hype on it, but I do think we have the ability to win the NFC West. Like people are kind of saying, well, we got to see what Trey does, but I think with the talent we have, dude, we've won with Jimmy at quarterback. So how better can we be with Trey? Like, okay, I think Arizona's getting too much hype, but I think they're going to take a step back a little bit. Seattle, they're rebuilding, so they're going to be competitive, but they're not going to be the same team. The Rams are coming off a Super Bowl. It's the pressure, the defending Super Bowl champions. There's a lot of significant pressure with this team. And then Stafford's arm, and then you go from a Robert Woods to a Allen Robinson. Like, I think to me, that's a downgrade, dude. Like, you want to go with a guy who can't stay healthy, but Robert Woods was one of their best consistent receivers besides Cooper Kupp. Like, he made the key blocks. He was a good route runner. And I think they're taking a step back with a guy like Allen Robinson, if I'm being realistic about it.
They are two different types of players. I mean, Allen Robinson, he came from Penn State. That's the school.
He's a contested guy. He's a contested, possession
guy. Brandon Cooks is definitely faster than him by far. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I mean, there is things Robinson can do that he can't, but it just all depends on what you're trying to build. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if they're going to be changing the offense around a little bit this year, where they're taking a little bit of the speed away and making them big bodied. I don't know, man, but Robinson should do okay. He'll do what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, huge shout out to Blue City Empire Sports. The Eagles or Giants fan?
No, he's Giants.
Oh, cool, man. I definitely need to look for a Giants content creator, man. It'd be nice to get some. There's
plenty of them, and they're all really good at what they do. So
I've got Best on. He's a good dude.
Yep.
But hey, we've been going on for an hour, bro. So I know we were going to go with the wrestling topic, man, but we've been going on for a little bit, man. So I definitely want to give you your introduction. You can say what you want to say, and then we end it on the high note, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for having me on. I am AK Eagles from the AK Eagles podcast. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. Got a lot going on. Got the Kelly Green crew tonight at 9 p.m. Do the East Meets West with Philly Foothills on Wednesdays. I got the 2 Beasts, 1 East on Fridays with Boys for Life. And Saturday, got the Belly of the East with Sports with Coma. That'll be coming out soon. And proud owner of the Hardcore Sports Network. Definitely check us out there. Hit a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Go and hit a like and subscribe on my channel as well. We talk everything. Everyone's welcome. No one gives anyone shit over there. And on the road to 1K. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for having me on.
No problem, man. Anybody else, go subscribe. AK Eagles, bro. He's on the road to 1K. He's a fantastic Eagles content creator. If you guys are looking for an Eagles fan to collaborate with, man, go check him out.
Appreciate it.
And Blue City Empire Sports, I definitely need to get in contact with you on my show, man. I'm looking for a Giants fan. All right, man. So as always, CG Ruthless and AK is out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.